Let me take you back to a sleepy little town in Kansas, where silence stretches longer than the roads, and the wind whispers things you don't want to hear. Right outside this forgotten place lies Stull Cemetery, and folks around here don't just avoid it at night, they avoid it altogether. They say this cemetery isn't just haunted. No, it's one of the 7 gateways to hell. That's not just folklore whispered by teenagers on Halloween. That's a story older than most gravestones here. Back in the 1970s, strange sightings began. Locals spoke of shadowy figures that drift between the tombstones, not walking, floating, watching. And just when you think it's the wind playing tricks, a scream echoes through the trees, one that chills your bones right through. One night, a pastor, a man of God who'd seen enough, walked into that place holding only his Bible and a rosary. They say he tried to cleanse the grounds with an exorcism, but when he came back, he was never the same again. You can still find the gate to Stull today, but if you go past it, just pray it doesn't open. Right in the heart of historic Boston, nestled between buildings older than your great-granddad, there's a cemetery called the Old Burying Ground. Founded in 1660, it holds more than just bones and dust. It holds memories, echoes, and sometimes something more. Locals walking through have often reported a strange sensation, like someone's watching them, even when they're completely alone. The air shifts, temperatures drop, and time feels like it slows to a crawl. But one story stands out. A tourist, just visiting from out of state, claims she saw a woman dressed in old colonial garb standing near a gravestone. Nothing fancy, just a pale blue dress and a bonnet. The woman seemed lost. But as the tourist took a step closer, the figure faded away like fog in sunlight. She swore she felt something brush against her hand, cold and delicate, and heard a whisper. Something about Paul Revere. She left Boston that day, never came back, never slept quite the same again. You ever been to Forest Lawn Cemetery in Glendale? It's gorgeous. Green hills, peaceful trees, even some celebrity graves. But at night, it's a whole other story. Locals have long whispered about the crying woman, a ghostly figure who weeps quietly among the graves. They say you'll hear her before you see her. Soft sobs, like a mother who's lost her child. If you follow the sound, you might find her near a small headstone, alone, pale, and crying into her hands. Some believe she's the spirit of a mother who lost her baby and was buried apart from them, now cursed to search forever, never finding peace. A couple once tried to speak to her. The woman stepped closer and said, "Are you all right?" The figure lifted her face, and her eyes were completely black. She let out a scream that shook the whole hill. They never forgot that sound. Neither will you. Over in Brooklyn sits the breathtaking Greenwood Cemetery, founded back in 1838. It's huge, part historic landmark, part resting place, part park. People walk dogs there in the daylight. They don't stay past dusk, because that's when he appears. Locals call him the Dusk Walker, a tall, dark figure that appears between the crypts and mausoleums, always around sunset, always near the hill where the Van Dykes are buried. Witnesses say he wears a black coat, wide-brimmed hat, and no face. He doesn't chase. He doesn't talk. He just watches. And if you look too long, you'll feel your breath shorten, like your lungs just forgot how to work. A ghost hunting crew once brought thermal cameras and EMF readers to the site. They got movement, spikes in energy, and a photo of the silhouette right before the batteries all died. The lead investigator quit the team the next day and refuses to discuss what he saw. But he still wakes up at 6:44 p.m. every night. That's when the Dusk Walker appeared. Everyone knows the tomb of the unknown soldier in Arlington. It's a symbol of honor, of sacrifice. But there's a secret the guards don't talk about. A presence, a sentinel beyond the living. Many night guards have reported it. When the cemetery is closed and the moon lights up those white stones like bone, they hear boots marching. Step, step, stop, like someone's still patrolling. But there's no one there. Just the quiet and the shadows. One young soldier, fresh to the post, swore he saw a man in a World War I uniform standing silently beside the tomb. He blinked, and the man was gone. But later, in the barracks, he found muddy footprints right next to his bed. Some believe the spirit of the fallen soldier buried there never truly left, that he still guards the tomb, making sure the respect due to his brothers is never broken. If you visit, you might not see him, but if your heart is heavy enough, you might feel him standing right behind you.